Hello everyone, welcome back to WordPress tutorials. In the chapter number 12, we are going to discuss the security in WordPress. Security for WordPress. WordPress website that grants access to these hackers. Some of the most common vulnerabilities are low security passwords, using a public Wi-Fi without a VPN, low security hosting options, outdated plugins, and phishing attacks. So why is security important for WordPress websites? According to Security in 2014, there were about 9 million websites that were hacked. Forbes, on the other hand, takes these statistics on a whole new level, stating that 30,000 websites were hacked every day. Cybercrime is on the rise. Today, these criminals have automated scanning tools that are scoring the internet on the way to drop off their miscellaneous code. And their code is also malicious. So what are the aspects of WordPress website that grant access to these hackers? Some of the most common vulnerabilities are low security passwords, using public Wi-Fi without VPN, security hosting options, and outdated plugins. Some of the security tips. Tip 1. Always stay updated. The great thing about WordPress is that there are newer versions of plugins available readily that are aimed to tie in loose ends, specifically patching up the bugs, enhancing security. This way, they keep out of the hackers by creating a foolproof security for your website. While some security updates take place automatically, the major ones need to be initiated manually. To update your WordPress on single installs, go to Dashboard Updates. In the case of multi-installs, you should go to Network Admin's Dashboard, Updates and Available Updates. Go to WordPress Admin Dashboard, click on Dashboard and click on Updates. And you can see the updates available. Duplicate Post has new features, so you can update duplicate post. You have the latest version of WordPress for security updates will be applied automatically. If you need to reinstall WordPress 4.7, you can do so here. Plugins. Your plugins are all up to date. Themes. Your themes are all up to date. So we don't need to worry about the updates. Second security tip. Choose the right hosting company. When it comes to your security, it's always recommended to start from the most basic, your web hosting options. Let's say, for instance, that you host your website with a company that doesn't prioritize security. In the instance that any of the websites on their server get hacked, this would put your site at risk too. Therefore, you should choose a company that has both exceptionally trained team and one that is experienced in dealing with WordPress security issues, providing you with account isolation options. Security tip 3. Do not forget to backup. In order to maintain business continuity, it is important that you conduct or manage regular WordPress backup of your website. That way, in the off chance that it is hacked, you have the means to restore it quickly without losing any data or time. Your host server should be able to provide you with these optionals of external hacking. Make sure to ask them their source of backup or recovery time. Change admin as your username. Most people are aware of this. Admin is one of the most common administrators' names that are used, and hackers take advantage of that. The login to the WordPress backend ends with wp-config.php. Therefore, hacker-initiated robots and automated scripts are the one to looking for the right combination of username and password that grants them access. Make it challenging for them. Set a unique username. In addition to that, you should also create a strong password. Here are the characteristics of a strong password. Should be more than 12 characters. Make it sure consists of uppercase and lowercase alphabets. It consists of numerics and a special character. Fifth security tip, check your directory access. These directory access rules ensures that only selected authorized personnel can view or change files that are required to run WordPress. This way, your visitors do not give a view of these directories, since it is not part of your page content. You can even modify the access by using .htaccess files, especially on the admin page. When a potential hacker attempts to access this page, they will be led to a page that reads 403 forbidden. Security tip 6. Download plugins from credible sources. There are over 40,000 plugins now available in WordPress repository. While there is no denying that these are the most powerful elements that can help empower your website, not all of them can be right for you. As discussed before, we reiterate again, some plugins could make your website vulnerable. Before you hit the download button, here are some things you should keep in mind. Check reviews and comments of previous users. What kind of support is provided? Do you have to pay for it? Is the plugin author responsive to the users? Security tip 7. Continue monitoring your WordPress site. It is difficult for you to keep a 24/7 track of your web performance and security concerns. However, it is important that you do everything you can to ensure that your site is never attacked. And in the rare and possible event that it happens, you should be able to know and respond immediately to take corrective actions. Security tip 8. Install best security plugin for WordPress. WP Security. User account security. Detect if there is a user account which has a default admin username and easily change the username to a value of your choice. This plugin will also detect if you have any WordPress user accounts which will have identical login and display names. Having accounts where display name is identical to login name is bad security practice because you are making it 50% easier for hackers because they already know the login name. Password strength tool to allow you to create very strong passwords. Stop user enumeration so users bots cannot discover user info via other permalink. WP Security also has user login security to protect against brute force login attack. With login lockdown feature, user with a certain IP address or range will be locked out of the system for a predetermined amount of time based on the configuration settings, and you can also choose to be notified via email whenever somebody gets logged out due to too many login attempts. As the administrator, you can view a list of logged out users which are displayed in an easily readable and navigable table, which also allows you to unlock individual or bulk IP addresses at the click of a button. Force logout of all users after a configurable time period. Monitor view failed login attempts which show the user's IP, user's ID, username and date time of the failed login attempt. Ability to see a list of users who are currently logged into your site. Add captcha to WordPress login form. Add captcha to forgot password form of your WP login system. The third feature in security is user registration security. User registration security enable manual approval of WordPress user accounts. If your site allows people to create their accounts via WordPress registration form, then you can maximize spam or bogus registrations by manually approving each registration. Ability to add captcha to the WordPress user registration page to protect you from spam user registration. Feature database security. Easily set the default WP prefix to a value of your choice with the click of a button. schedule automatic backups and email notifications, or make an instant DB backup wherever you want with one click. Fifth security feature is file system security. Identify files and folders which have permission settings which are not secure. Set the permissions to recommended secure values with click of a button. Protect your PHP code by disabling file editing from the WordPress administration area. Prevent people from accessing the readme HTML, license.txt HTML, and wp-config sample.php files of your WordPress site. htaccess and wp-config.php file backup and restore. Easily backup your original .htaccess and wp-config.php files in case you will need to use them to restore a broken functionality. Modify the contents of the currently .htaccess or wp-config PHP files from the admin dashboard with only a few clicks. Blacklist functionality. Ban users by specifying IP addresses or use a wildcard to specify IP ranges. Ban users by specifying user agents using blacklist functionality. The Firewall security functionality. This plugin allows you to easily add a lot of firewall protection to your site via htaccess file. An htaccess file is processed by your web server before any other code on your site. So these firewall rules will stop malicious script before it gets a chance to reach the WordPress code in your site. This plugin also allows to access control facility, instantly activate a selection of firewall settings ranging from basic, intermediate, and advanced. Enable the famous 5G blacklist firewall rules courtesy of Perishable Press. Forbid proxy comment posting, block access to debug log file, disable trace and track, deny bad and malicious query strings, ability to block fake Google bots from crawling your site, ability to log 404 events on your site, ability to add custom rules to block access to various resources on your site. The next plugin is Brute Force Login Attack Prevention. Instantly block brute force login attacks via our special cookie-based brute force login prevention feature. This firewall functionality will block all login attempts from people and bots. This plugin has the ability to add a simple match CAPTCHA to WordPress login form to fight against brute force login attacks. This plugin also has the ability to use login honeypot, which will help reduce brute force login attempts by robots. WhoisLookup plugin. WhoisLookup performs a WhoisLookup of a suspicious host or IP address and get full details. The Security Scanner plugin. This plugin changes detection scanner can alert if any files have changed in your WordPress system. You can then investigate and see if that was a legitimate change or some bad code was injected. Database scanner feature can also be used to scan your database tables. It will look for any common suspicious looking strings, JavaScript and HTML code in some of the core WordPress tables. Common Spam Security plugin. It monitors the most active IP address which persistently produce the most common comments and instantly block them with the click of a button. Prevent comments from being submitted if it does not originate from your domain. This should reduce some spam bot comment posting on your site. This plugin also adds a CAPTCHA to your WordPress comment form to add security against comment spam. It also automatically and permanently blocks IP addresses which have exceeded a certain number of comments labeled as spam. Front-end text copy protection plugin. This plugin has the ability to disable the right-click, text selection, and copy option from your front end. Some more additional features. Ability to remove WordPress generator meta information from the HTML source of your site. Ability to export and import site security settings. Prevents other sites from displaying your content via frame or iframe. It also has the ability to prevent people from accessing readme.html, license.txt, wp-config sample.php files. Well, that's all for today, guys. In this tutorial, we have discussed the security plugins in WordPress, how to keep ourselves updated, how to always keep backups, how to change the admin username, how to download the plugins from only the credible sources, and how to install the best security plugin for WordPress. WordPress All-in-One WP Security, a comprehensive, user-friendly all-in-one WordPress security and firewall plugin for WordPress site. It has user login security, user account security, system file security, firewall setup, blacklist feature, database security, regular plugin updates, simple user interface, and many more. We hope you enjoyed our tutorial on WordPress. We'll get back with more tutorials on WordPress. Until then, have a nice day.